Welcome to the Java Cafe, Java fam. Good morning. You're listening to Java with Jimmy.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Today is Thursday, December 1st, 2022. Today is World AIDS Day. We're going to share some more information about that and also share with you a special segment of your Healthy Java next week where we're going to do have some updates about HIV and AIDS in 2022 compared to about 20, 30 years ago, maybe 40, 30, 35 years ago when we first started hearing about this disease. And a lot of stigma came around that. And we were reminded of that again during COVID and the vaccination and things like that. So anyway, we definitely want to acknowledge World AIDS Day, but we are going to have a special segment on your Healthy Java on Tuesday. We're going to talk with Dr. Sanchez, who is the Deputy Director of the Boston Public Health Commission and also a faculty member in the Infectious Disease Department at Massachusetts General Hospital. She'll be with us on Tuesday at 9 a.m. Also wanted to just mention and give an update about the weather. It's kind of interesting. We're dealing with climate change. And we'll talk a little bit more about that and why the Prince and Kate are here in Boston. I've been seeing a lot of commentary on social media. So it's been very interesting seeing some of the comments in reference to the Prince and the Prince. Is she a princess? Being here. So anyway, as far as the weather today, it is going to be a high of 42 and a low of 33. Currently it's 37 degrees and it's going to be sunny. There is a wind conditions warning from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. with partly cloudy conditions expected around 4 p.m. today. So that is going to be today's weather. Let me just get this set. I also wanted to mention to you, I got an email from StreamYard yesterday. A lot of people let me know, and I did not know that other platforms and other users were experiencing the same problem, but woke up to an email this morning, and I'll share it with you all since it interfered with our broadcast yesterday. Hold on for 1 second. And what he said is, this is Greg from StreamYard. For a few hours earlier today, it must have yeah, I got it overnight, but for a few hours earlier yesterday, Facebook experienced the issue that caused some live streams to Facebook to disconnect. We're emailing you because based on our logs, it looks like you may have been affected. We wanted to let you know that Facebook seems to have resolved the issue and streams to Facebook should work normally again. Sorry for the trouble this caused you. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reply to this email. And so just wanted to apologize to everybody yesterday. There were a couple of broadcasts yesterday. I got a little trick here where I learned how to go in and out and took Java with Jimmy out and then put it back, and it appeared as two broadcasts. So let's go into Java Cafe and see who's in this morning. Heidi, good morning to you. Good to see you in the cafe this morning. Nikki, my sister, good morning. Good to see you in the room. Opal, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room as well. Miss Teresa, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room. Miss Teresa jumped ahead of me, but I'm going to let you all know that we are going to ask you to drop one word in the comments to let us know why you're thankful this morning. Let's be intentional about gratitude as we do on every Thursday. Sister Debbie, good morning to you. Good to see you in the room this morning. Sharon Cornelius. Are you back? Can you let us know if you made it back safe yet? Are you back in New England? Let us know, and that you brought back some of that Southern Belle hospitality with you. If you all follow Sharon on Facebook, you've seen the picture she posted the other day with her little shimmy things and, trying to be a Southern Belle. Good to see you in the room this morning. Dr. Drumright out of Tennessee. Good to see you in the room, sir, this morning. Nikki is saying to us they were at the cell. So there is a lot of commentary about the royals coming to America. And I know that in a monarchy, the model of a monarchy where there is a king and a queen is very foreign to us here in America. However, my appreciation of the royals is really the pageantry and stuff. I mean, I had an affinity for the queen. I remember being a little kid. I slept in my grandmother's living room so I could wake up and watch the wedding on the big, was it color? Yeah, it was a different color TV back then. That's when that's when stereos and TVs were actual like big pieces of furniture. And ever since a child, I've been impressed with like pageantry and whatnot. And so that is my affinity, for the royals or whatever. I'm not a King Charles fan. Prince William and however Prince Harry, though they come from a monarchy, watching them grow up in understanding the mission of their mother, Diana, there's a little more affection for them. And so to Nikki's point about seeing them at the basketball game last night with the mayor and also the governor-elect, that's where I saw a lot of the commentary on social media. Jordana, who comes on often, she posted, seeing a royal, what does that do for you? Does it help pay your bills? And so I get the varying levels of commentary, and I also get a lot of the disagreement with the model of a monarchy and also some of Britain's history in taking over lands. We just came out of what we call Thanksgiving and some call Native American Day of Mourning. I get it. I definitely get it. But I believe that, speaking of the royals, we want to delve into national news, but let's talk about some international news. There was a lady in waiting who was part of the Queen's court, who recently was dismissed by the royal family because she was at an event and drilled a Black woman that does a lot around domestic violence. I forgot what province it was in. It was one of the islands. And the royals let her go. Come to find out, this is the same woman that had of orienting Meghan Markle to being a royal. Not to beat a dead horse, but you do all remember that Meghan and Prince Harry stepped away from the family because of what was going on. Questions about, well, how dark do you think he will be? He won't be given security. He won't be given the title. Come to find out, this is the same woman that was dealing with Meghan Markle. So there are some changes that are coming. I'm not capping for the royal family. I'm just saying that there are some changes coming. Charles, I don't wish any bad on him. I hope he is wise, and in the next maybe 4 years, he decides to step aside because he's a transitional king. He's not going to be in as long as his mother. And so we're looking forward to Prince, is it Prince William? Yeah, Will and Kate, who's here. All right, let's go in and finish with the comments. Nikki, you got me off a little bit, but I've seen the commentary on social media, and there are a lot of people who aren't too happy with them being here. Heidi is letting us know, yes, she is princess. Her Royal Highness is her title. Also, Nikki is saying, yes, everything disconnected yesterday, which was, and y'all know, you want to see me tweak out or have an instant attitude or be in what I call event mode, you let tech start acting up in the middle of a broadcast. Yeah, I don't like it. Look at you breaking the internet. Who broke the internet? Miss Teresa, I did not break the internet. I did once, but Not in this case. Nicole, good morning. Good to see you in the room. You and Heidi, don't forget to let me know what you guys are looking at for the Women's After Dark. I'll need to work with you all for a date and location, or if you all got the location, just as long as they have good internet, let me know. Pastor Marion, good morning to you. Good to see you in the Java Cafe this morning. Sharon is coming back tomorrow, y'all. So y'all pray for safe travels for her. She'll be back tomorrow. Dina, good morning. Hope that you are feeling better. Good to see you in the room this morning. Good to see you in the room. Charlotte, good morning. Good to see you in the room as well. Good to see you. Dina, I never cared about the Royals, or better yet, understood it until I watched The Crown. I now have a better understanding. I watched The Crown the first season. I think the first couple of episodes of the second season when the Queen passed. I got ready to start watching it again, and I was like, just a lot was going on. But I'm going to go back to it. The Crown really gives a good depiction, somewhat fictional depiction of what goes on with the royals. Nikki is saying, I don't know if they agree with women being in charge here. Listen, there's a lot of change coming. I hope that more change is continuing to come. And we just had a queen, so I'm not sure. Nikki, wait a minute. Are you saying in reference to the queen that America may not believe in women being in charge here? Don't take us down another road, Jesus. They're here while there is controversy swirling around racism. Heidi, I just mentioned it, that what was going on with them and Meghan Markle and hold on, y'all. All right. And a staff member they had to let go. Lands, Marie isn't, hi Marie, she's about to get started. Lands and slavery. Nikki said called out racist treatment. So I just mentioned, as you all are commenting about what I just saw in the, like today. And they even said that this is a cloud over their visit, and they said to Boston. So it's very interesting. And I'm sure at some point, not pushing back on the concerns about their racist practices. But when I saw the mayor in the picture with them at the Celtics game and the governor-elect as well, y'all know that we have these radical protesters that are exercising their freedom of right to speak. But I'm sure that I'll see a tweet tying the mayor and the governor-elect to those practices around taking over land and also slavery. And we got that history too here in America. Heidi is saying, I have issues with Meghan Markle. Teresa is saying, so for those who doubted Meghan's accounts of racism, I'm just saying, they replayed a lot of the Oprah interview this morning on CNN, and some very key points of that interview came out this morning. So they're dealing with an issue while they're here in Boston. Maria is saying, by the way, I missed this program. Glad to have the time to be back. Marie, thank you for being a part of the Java family. Dina is letting us know there are a lot of questions regarding the Royals. I need to research, but I want to know why the grounds outside of the castle on one side is South Africa and the other is West Africa. Oh, that I didn't know. When you find out, you come back and let us know. I like all that little trivial pageantry royal stuff. For those of you that remember me in ministry, that's why I gravitated to protocol. And I don't know. All that pomp and circumstance, just the regalia and the pageantry of worship and all the protocol stuff. I've always liked it. A little kid staying up, getting up early in the morning to watch a royal wedding. Like, who does that? Teresa's Heidi is saying to Teresa, I wonder if she thought they would accept her. Sharon Cornelius, I heard massive. So I seen a post this morning, and we talked about this the other day, similar to the DNC when it was here in Boston, that Masson Cast is empty. I understand that Will and Kate are going to visit in the Southampton area. And I seen a post, and Sharon just said here, Sharon, how you know? You ain't even here. But I heard that Masson Cast is empty. I'm not being shady. I'm taking a sip because I feel my throat getting dry. I'm so serious. Now, does it lead to questions like, where did they go? Where did they put them? Why was it able to be made empty and nobody trickling back in? Now, these are questions. It's not we need to know Wednesday, but for a good, thankful Thursday, we'd be thankful to get some answers. And that's a combo. That's city, that's state, and I'm sure it's also feds. So, but that's another buzz on social media I noticed as well. Heidi is saying the UK is very interesting. I worked in London. That's right, Heidi. You were back and forth over there for some years. I remember that. Tamisha is saying good morning to everyone. Nicole, we are not going down a rabbit hole. I'm going to behave and be good. Nope. I'm going to be good, y'all. Heidi, I'm going to be good. I didn't go too much down a rabbit hole. Tamisha is saying, no, they just wander around slowly and edge back over. Misha, I've seen a couple of posts where people are saying nobody's on Mass and Cast. Unrelated people, just like they're not even advocates in the space. I guess they were just driving by and noticed it. So we'll see what happens. Maria sharing that history of racism and land taking on Turtle Island, North America, came from my observation from Europe. There is a history. America has a history. Britain, the UK has a history as well. Even and it's. I won't consider this a rabbit hole, but even in Africa, there were us that were enslaving us more on the have and have-nots, and so that not at the level of what happened when we were stolen from our country. But Stacy, good morning. Good to see you in the room this morning. Oh, Sharon's being shady. I know North Carolina does have internet, but I'm just saying, you've seen it the same I did. No, sir, I'm messing. Teresa is saying the royal family has so many dark secrets, many skeletons. So I used to watch The Tudors from is it King George? Who The Tudors were primarily based on, I think it was King George. And I watched that series, all the episodes, all the, what do you call them? Seasons. Again, fascinated by this, but you all, Heidi, you bring up the point. Black people here did have slaves for a period. All right, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole, y'all. That is a whole nother conversation. I will just say this, that premise on, elite and those that don't have, and enslavement and systems and structures, it's unfortunately still alive today. And so we got work to do here. Speaking of work to do here, now this I am going to take a sip. Kevin McCarthy's guaranteed lead over the House isn't as guaranteed. He needs 218 votes. CNN just reported that 5 Republicans have publicly stated they're not voting for him. So while we talk about getting stuff together here, things are going to look very interesting around January 1st through not January 6th, because there's no transition going on. But things are going to be very interesting. Pay attention to what's going on with the House and the Republicans, because they were talking about inflation is the issue and whatnot, but they already put out a sneak peek of their agenda. And they're going to focus a lot on investigating the Bidens and Hunter and I don't want to get it wrong. I believe Hunter was the son that passed, but pay attention to what's going on here, because things are about to get real heated over in DC. Hop. Uh-oh. What did I do, Teresa? Maria saying, according to author Hardy Doubleday, I'm the queen. All right, Queen Mother. I've used that often too. Pastor Marion is saying we got big work to do. We got big work to do here. Heidi is saying, and it ain't so guaranteed. No, Bo is okay. So the Republicans, they've already put out a little bit of their agenda, talking about they're going to do a bunch of investigating rather than working with the Biden administration to increase the debt ceiling and things like that. So I'm going to try to be a little more balanced, but I'll behave. I bet the local residents of Mass and Cass still waiting to see the Royals to watch them roll out like Misha. I cannot. It is just, again, this isn't this similar to the pandemic. Extra food stamps, extra $600 a week, free computers for students, rent moratoriums. When Pastor Marion talks about big work, we've demonstrated that there's an ability to abruptly and quickly usurp systems and structures for the benefit of an improved, at that point, it was more survival, but for the benefit of everybody thriving in equity, there's a precedent set. And so if it can be done in 2006 for the DNC, and if it can be done in December of 2022 for the Royals, though my sister put a little shade in here, the residents that live there are wondering, what's good? Why can't this be consistent 24/7? Will there be people that float back? Will there be those that sell drugs that try to go back and find somebody to sell to? Yes. But if there is an observed departure, and we've had different, when they took the encampments down and when the incident happened with the CO, there have been periods where there's been hardly a few to no one on Mass and Cass. But when you're noticing that it's almost like a ghost town when dignitaries are in town, leaves a few questions to be asked. Misha is saying, I'm just saying, I've been seeing them when I drive by. And so hold on, I just got a text. Oh, okay. Dina, thank you. Appreciate it. So yes, that's just some commentary about the Royals. And also Dina is sharing with us also, I found out that, in short, the gates were given by the people of the Dominion of South Africa when Queen Victoria died. There is a whole lot, like all that trivial history. I love all that stuff. Opal, I'm behaving. I'm going to be a good boy. We're going to get ready to wrap up in a few minutes, you all. If they can find some place to put them for the VIP, and Heidi, that's my point. Like, that question has to be asked. And then in a couple of days, if it's observed by the public that there's this influx back into the Mass and Cass area, that's a valid question. That is a valid question. Heidi is sharing, one of the business owners put mayor, from around Mass and Cass. Yep. CVS is gone over by what we know is the nursing education building over that used to be Blanchard's. I'm really dating myself now. CVS is gone. Bath and Body Works in South Bay is closing. Target in South Bay, you can't go and find a good matching pair of drawers without them being locked up and asking somebody to open up, and they stand there and watch you try to coordinate Hanes with Hanes and all of that. And so there is an economic impact, and I've shared this with someone at the administration. There's an economic impact on the business owners, chain stores targeting them. They've had to adjust. Stop and Shop. It's not, I was in there around Thanksgiving, and it's not as bad as it used to be, but that area is still very interesting. So from Mass and Cass all the way up to South Bay, all the way up to Dunkin' Donuts by, I think that's where Boston and Boston Street and Dorchester Ave intersect, like that whole area. But it's not just there. Ziegler and Harrison, a few months ago, saw folks up on River Street. And so it's something that we, and people believe that during the winter it's going to ease up because it's cold. That's not a guarantee. Teresa is sharing. Misha said, I have a video of them shooting each other up in front of the clinic. Teresa saying the perception or appearance is more important than the reality. And Nicole, and we sip. Man, my cup is almost empty. This Misha. I mean, mine is too. Halfway there. Those stores are closing nationwide. And so thank you, Pastor Marion, for that balance, that it is some of the chain stores, but trust it. Well, I was out around Thanksgiving time and in other parts of the state, and Bath and Body Works was full and no closing signs. So that area, there is an economic impact. There's another story I want to mention too before we go. Some good news from the city. Started out as an issue, and our chief Shagun Idawu stepped in, and I'll see if I can bring up the post so I can show you all. Bath and Body Works is going out of business for other reasons. Okay, so we got that balance. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for keeping me balanced. Teresa is saying grocery stores are starting to lock up. Wow, that's crazy. Heidi is sharing that Dudley Street, Columbia Road, on the library steps. Yeah, it's bad. It is definitely bad. Dina is sharing, it's awful. I avoid shopping in South Bay and my area as much as possible, and I drive to places I don't have to deal with bumping into addicts while I try to shop. Sorry, not sorry. And that's a perspective of a lot of people, Dina. It's not just you. Susan, good morning. Good to see you in the room this morning. All right. I think I am caught up with most of the commentary. Dina is sharing, it's not only bumping into them, it's also shelves are always empty, etc. I can't buy what I need in my own area. And that is partially to do with what's going on down there. There's the chain supply, or the supply chain issue, which President Biden, Mr. Union guy, he's starting to pull the union people as far as the railway systems, and is like, look, y'all can't do this. It's going to have a huge economic impact. And so we need to keep an eye on that, as I mentioned the other day. Dina mentioned food being locked up. Food is so much more expensive. I mean, I really, this Thanksgiving, it's a cathartic thing for me, but I'm like, Christmas is going to be a little more skimp because food prices are just crazy. But there is an economic impact from all that's going on in the Mass and Cass area. But to Misha's point about the empty shelves, it's not just that. That's just, there's a supply chain issue. And we pray that they figure out this thing with the railway system folks, because there are limited supplies now. And if they shut down, that car parts, food, not sure about medicine, but that would have a huge impact on our country. Marie Doubleday is sharing, implement greater urban farming while these stores close. I agree. And it's funny, Marie, because I was working with MGH. We're getting the next 6 months like planned out a little bit early. And one of the subjects that you all asked for was talking about nutrition, urban farming. And so, Marie, we're going to do something with that. Mariama White Hammond and Tehran Dorsey, they actually are doing farming in another part of the state. And so I've talked to them, because y'all remember in 21, I gardened a little bit, didn't make it in 22, but we do need to really look at starting to where we can grow our own food, where we can grow herbs in the house, tomato plant in the buckets. Like Stacy, they look up the deodorant at CVS. It's crazy. They lock up the deodorant in CVS. It's crazy. I asked about it, and they said they locked them up because of theft issues. I remember someone once told me there that on stock day, there have been days where they've stocked the shelves, and within a couple of hours, stuff is gone. And I'm not talking about purchased. So I get from the business standpoint, and I don't have the answer. The only one thing I volunteered is sort of immediate is the governor, get these municipalities and town leaders together here at the State House, figure it out, decentralize mass and cast. It has a larger impact while we also are being sensitive to these people that are dealing with addiction. We definitely want to have that balance that they are dealing with addiction. You remember when Dr. Jean Lambert was on, we don't even say substance abuse anymore. It's substance use and addiction. So we want to have that, always keep that balance in mind as well. Heidi is sharing with Dina. I sometimes go to Target and Fields Corner to avoid South Bay. Target and Fields Corner has gotten a lot better. After we complained about that there were no cashiers there were literally no cashiers. You had to self-checkout, and I would often ask why. Why? Now they got 3 or 4 cashiers there, but it is a little bit better. Their inventory is a little limited, but anyway. Dina is sharing, they steal everything also on top of supply shortages. Sharon is saying, pray for traveling mercies for me back home, Java fam. We got you. We had you a few minutes ago, Sharon. We praying that you make it back. We praying that you make it back. Nikki, don't leave Uncle Joe alone. He may not be perfect, but I can tell you, he's a good wheeler and dealer. If you notice some of these things that have went on since he's taken the presidency, as far as the budget, student debt relief, and things like that, he's been able to compromise. I wonder. So here's something we need to think about. If Kevin McCarthy doesn't get enough votes, the Democrats can pull something. I don't have all the details, but I heard something in the reporting this morning. The Democrats could possibly put up a speaker. So now how did I wind up getting there? Oh, talking about Uncle Joe. And so I wouldn't be surprised if Uncle Joe is in the background wheeling and dealing to make sure Kevin McCarthy doesn't get. Politics is so interesting. It's a little bit dirty, but it's also strategy. And some of it I like. I need my own space. I planted so much this year. I was late, but I grew some things. I want to grow my own food. We definitely need to do that. We definitely need to start looking at that. And it's also healthier for us. And I'm going to get right off that subject because Uncle Thaddeus isn't on today, but him and I are sort of checking in around staying healthier. Yeah. Dina Marshall, what store has empty shelves? Haven't seen that in a minute. South Bay got a few. Medication shortages also. I have 2 scripts on back order. So this is why, again, with that real thing, we cannot. Scripts in back order. First of all, there are 3 pharmacies in the city right now to which they don't have to send medications anymore. The 3 Walgreens that closed, Roxbury, Mattapan, and Dorchester. Terrible. Stacy is sharing railway and waterways too. They are still having issues getting them. They're still having issues getting items through because of the drought. Oh, in the Mississippi River. I did not know that. Teresa is sharing. It's too scary to go out shopping now. I get extreme anxiety at the thought. I'm the queen of. I almost took a sip there. I'm the queen of online shopping. Oh God, it's 9:36. All right, y'all. I got to get off of here because I have to drop something off up the street by 10 o'clock. So I can have something to wear tonight. I got to go to the cleaners. It's so interesting because with this talk around, oh God, y'all are really going in today. Here's Auntie Paula. Good rising all. Definitely mass and cast needs to be decentralized. As for railroad strike possibilities, they want paid sick time, I believe, which is not unreasonable. I don't get it in my industry, but for that one, I feel is very reasonable. Everybody deserves paid sick time. This is so now because I've noticed the uptick in Ayanna Presley's post around paid sick leave and whatnot. So I see she's pushing there as well. This will be the last one we have done in the past. Community gardening in the past. We currently have a community sharing association share. I don't know, Misha. And there goes Misha. I love Amazon, but my biggest issue with them is the price fluctuation. All right, folks. Nikki, Kevin, we need somebody in that seat that shares our values. I'll frame it like that. Folks, folks, I really got to get ready to wrap up so I can go get this stuff to the cleaner so I can have something decent to wear tonight. Honored to be the MC of the New England Culinary Arts Training gala event that's taking place this evening at NECAT. Also, I'm scheduled to go to the Earthshot event tomorrow, and I have to make a decision because I have 2 projects that I need to get completed, and both are kind of due tomorrow. So I will say that some of the commentary has influenced me needing to set the priority of getting this work done versus going to sit up at the award ceremony. So I'm just telling you all, as much as this platform has an impact, y'all have an impact on me because I'm like, So anyway, today is Thursday. Today is my Friday. And so we will not see you until Monday at 9 a.m. Dr. Brandy will be back. We're going to start talking end of the year, getting ready for next year, being real about everything we wanted to accomplish this year, some things that we didn't, give ourselves grace. I'm not going to mention it. If we have it, y'all will be surprised by it. So Monday is Dr. Brandy. Tuesday is Dr. Sanchez, where we're going to a few days late, but we're going to acknowledge World AIDS Day and get a HIV and AIDS update 2022, where things are as far as treatment, where the trends are, and also have some discussion about this PrEP. There's a lot of assertion. PrEP is something that can protect you from HIV and AIDS, but there are still other STIs and diseases out there. And so we're going to talk about that as well on Tuesday. Then we need to know Wednesday, and also Thankful Thursday again next Thursday. So, yeah. All right. That's it for me, you all. We will see you tomorrow morning. Not tomorrow. We'll see you Monday at 9 a.m. If I go tomorrow and I told y'all that, they're telling us that we can't go live and take pictures and all that, y'all know. But if you see me pop up, you'll know. Also, as far as popping up, if you get requested to select the notification when we go live, hit yes. That way, when we go live, it always pops up and you're notified. All right. Charlotte said, "Oh, Props is in the room." Oh, whatever. I want to take pictures. Someone once said, if it's not documented, it didn't happen. All right, folks, we will see you Monday at 9 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody. And yeah, that is, why do I feel like I'm forgetting something? I don't know. All right, we'll see you all on, abide by the rules so we don't have to bail you out. I ain't messing. That might be federal. So, all right, y'all, I'm getting off of here. So I'm gonna have to rush up out of here. We'll see you on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Have a great weekend, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Let me say that again. Take care of yourselves. And we'll see you on Monday morning at 9 a.m. Peace.